Good morning, Mr. Narracott. I'm afraid the sea is as high as ever. I doubt we'll see a boat from the mainland today.
Have you been wandering about the island alone, Miss Brent? Don't you realize that is an exceedingly foolish thing to do?
I'm in no danger when I'm alone, Mr. Blore.
She doesn't get it at all. I'm sticking to you, Narracott. Let's find Rogers. Rogers? Blimey, either he's a good 5 feet taller or...
Cut clean in half.
dead, of course.
Yes, we don't need Dr. Armstrong to tell us that.
Or to fix the cause of death. Axe looks cleaned off. A tidy chap like Rogers would have approved. Dining room key, I expect. He was holding it.
Rogers is now in his bedroom.
Look!
Chapter 5. 6 little sailor boys playing with a hive. A bumblebee stung one, and then there were 5.
My compliments to Miss Claythorne and Mr. Blore for breakfast.
We have to eat to keep our strength up.
I'm a domestic sort of man. I don't mind.
Since it is now certain the killer is following the rhyme over the fireplace in the front parlor, our course is clear. Miss Brent, you have an allergy to bee stings. The next little sailor boy is meant to lose his life in the same way. We will do our utmost to protect you.
I have something I'd like to say, since Mr. Owen is undoubtedly here in this room keeping his strength up. The others may have done what your recording claimed, but I am not guilty of anything. Beatrice Taylor died of her own sins, not by my hand. I feel certain you now see you were in error when you invited me here to face your judgment.
That's a nervy speech if you ask me. I was just doing my job.
Miss Brent, you cannot assume Owen is behaving rationally in any way. If you'd seen what he did to Rogers...
Doctor, I will thank you to keep your opinions to yourself. Coming from the bottom of a bottle as they do, they are worse than useless.
How dare you?
I'm sure Mr. Owen and I understand one another. I'm going to collect my knitting. I'll be on the front patio if anyone needs me.
I can't see anyone needing that woman, ever. If you'll excuse me, I'll just go up to my room and fresh... That is to say...
I must say, Mr. Narracott, I'm disappointed. 4 dead now. My confidence in you seems to have been misplaced. I may have to take more direct action.
There's been a murder. Surely I should use this time to thoroughly search for clues. Can't be much fun playing alone.
The doctor seems uninterested in snooker at the moment. Besides, I find the game relaxes me. I can think more clearly.
I'm sorry you think I let you down.
Not at all, my boy. My criticism was for Mr. Owen's benefit. I see no reason to put all of my eggs in one basket, then show the contents of that basket to him. I'm working along several lines at the moment.
I'll give you a game.
I'd rather continue on my own if you don't mind. Besides, you have more important things to do, I'm sure, than knock a few balls into holes.
Do you have any suggestions for me?
It's the first decent weather we've had since yesterday morning. I'd take advantage of that to signal the mainland or try and escape the island.
I am grateful for your assistance, Judge Walgrave. There's a card and a film reel in here. Let me examine this further. There's a film reel and a handwritten note in here. This could use a closer look. This is certainly a clue of some sort. The film has been spooled. I wonder what that was all about. Let's hope that holds. The current was too strong. I'd best not try that again. It washed me up on this beach. These houses look like they've been abandoned for quite some time. They don't get along. Et voilà. These houses look like they've been abandoned for quite some time.
You had no right to speak to me that way at breakfast.
Didn't I? It's still morning and you're drunk already.
Thanks to you.
Doctor, as you yourself must know, blaming others for one's own faults is a favorite trick of the alcoholic.
You cloak yourself in religion, but you're the most unchristian woman I've ever met. You're a devil! A devil, do you hear me?
I'm certain everyone can hear you, Doctor. Eavesdropping is impolite, Mr. Narracott, but under the circumstances, I'm glad you overheard.
No, you cad!
Her moods are as changeable as the weather. You keep away from her.
Relax, old boy. For some reason, the lady seems to prefer you. I seem to have underestimated you. I wonder if Owen has too.
Are you okay, Vera?
Yes, I'm fine. I just don't know who to trust.
You can trust me.
So you say.
I can't say I'm ecstatic about this enterprise, but here goes nothing. I didn't even come close to the mainland. Lucky that buoy was out there, or I'd have drifted out to sea. There was a metal box affixed to it, quite recently from all appearances. It looked like some sort of homing beacon. Sunflowers. Odd. It doesn't seem like this island gets much in the way of sun. Perhaps another time. There. Perhaps some light music will help soothe Vera's nerves.
You just keep your distance.
I'm not your enemy.
That's as may be, but I'm trusting no one.
Did you discover anything?
Perhaps I did, but I think I'll keep it to myself if you don't mind.
Quickly, someone! Miss Brent was screaming. It sounded like it came from the apiary.
I'd better get moving. Horrible. Horrible. Those welts on her face. A horrible way to die. Will you gentlemen carry her back to her room? I don't feel quite myself.
6 little sailor boys playing with a hive. A bumblebee stung one, and then there were 5. Another rhyme fulfilled.
But why?
Why? Surely you don't believe all that rot about her innocence.
No, but she was rightfully afraid of bees. Why would she come out here of all places?
Maybe Owen carried her.
From the front patio? In broad daylight? How could he be certain no one would see? And it'll take both of us to carry her back.
There is something no one's thought of. What if Owen has an accomplice?
Chapter 6. 5 little sailor boys going in for law. One got in chancery, and then there were 4. One more of us acquitted. Too late.
So she wasn't passed over after all. I could have told her that wasn't likely to happen.
It's almost more than I can bear to stay in the house. 5 gone now. 5 lying in their rooms under those sheets. Cold. Forever cold now.
Steady on, Vera. We can't lose our grip now.
Bleak House by Charles Dickens is a scathing indictment of the Chancery Court. Until it was merged with the common law courts in 1873, at its worst, cases of estates and inheritances could carry on for the entire lifetimes of those involved. To get caught in Chancery Court literally might have meant one could die there. I can't help but feel that Mr. Owen has that particular fate reserved for me. My time would appear to have come.
Miss Brent refused protection. At least what mortal hands could provide. Will you, Judge?
Not at all. I welcome it. My days on this earth may be few at this point. All the more reason I relish every one.
But it was the participants in the cases whom the Chancery Court often crushed, not the judges.
An interesting point, Miss Claythorne. I'll certainly have to think that over. There is another point I'd like to make.
There usually is.
One of us is a murderer. Everything must be done to safeguard the 4 of us who are innocent. Mr. Lombard, you have a gun.
I'll be damned if I'll give up my revolver.
Happily, there are enough of us still alive to force the issue if necessary.
Oh, very well then, since you've got it all taped out. It's in the drawer of the table by my bed. I'll get it.
I'll just keep you company if you don't mind.